Okay, so welcome back to Veyron FPV. I'm Matt, and today I am going to be flying around, well, to start, I'm going to be flying at a parking garage, or a parking ramp, in a sense. So I built this cute little Veyron frame, and I built it as a 3-inch instead of a 3.5-inch. And I've flown it a couple times now, and I'm truly impressed with how this flies. Yesterday, for instance, I was flying in extremely high winds. Check it out right here.
What was that? Oh. Its wind's a little nuts.
Yeah, it says it's gusts of 34, but I think it's more than that.
Yeah. So what I have here is a Veyron frame that is designed for a 3.5-inch setup.
And part of that has to do with its low profile, and it's very aerodynamic. And aerodynamic as far as a Cinewhoop goes. You can't really say a Cinewhoop is aerodynamic. And for the most part, you can't really say quads are aerodynamic. Anyhow, it flew very well in extremely high wind conditions, and it performed great. So now I'm going to want to try and up my game a little bit with flying in tight quarters. So I couldn't think of a better place to go than a pretty much empty parking ramp. It's going to give me low ceilings and some tight gaps to fly through to really test this out and see how well I do, really. So without further ado, we are going to take this and we're going to fly around and see how well it works. Okay, so like the complete idiot that I am, I forgot to hit the power button on my microphone, so I have no audio at this. So pretty much what I'm saying here is that I'm getting a little anxiety over flying over people, and there's a homeless person living in that little shelter behind me there, and there's a lot of cars and stuff like that. So it's not as empty as I thought it was. So I'm going to move to a different location and I'm going to fly there to pretty much do what I planned on doing in the first place. Okay, so a little bit of a change of venue. I decided to go back to the park that I always generally fly at. There's nobody here, and got this building back behind me here that I think will work for what I need for testing out and seeing how I do in confined spaces. Plus there's also these dugouts that I can fly through and stuff like that, and I don't have to worry about hitting anybody or hitting anybody's vehicle, stuff like that. So let's do it. just turns out that it looks like I have to spend a little bit more time practicing close quarters flying. But vast improvement from what I used to be able to do. I mean, 100 times more than I used to be able to do. And that's just merely just a month or two ago. As far as the Veyron frame, it flies amazing. It's got such good control. Now, everything that's in there, I'm using a Diatone F405 or a Mamba F405 stack in there with the ESC. I have, what am I running? I'm running Eco Emax or Emax Ecos, which are 1407 3300 kVs with 3-inch props, and my VTX is an iFlight 600 milliwatt VTX, so nothing fancy, nothing special. I do get a lot of interference out here because of all these metal fences everywhere. That really does wreak some havoc on my VTX, but it still works. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time.